What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Can you guess what day it is? Happy birthday to me. 26. Who knew? Alright, we're gonna start today um, with our daily devotion. I'm reading out my daily devotional. I'm also gonna be doing our noises. Our daily devotion, so let's get right to it. Um, Loving Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pasture. He led me by my side, still water. He restored my soul. He led me into a path and righteousness for his name's sake. You can read this in Psalms 23:1. Deep down inside of each of us is a desire to not only be seen but to also be taken care of. When we feel broken down and bruised, there is nothing more inviting than a loving hand, someone who sees our hurts and mends each other. The world is cold and sometimes heartless. There are times in life where we feel exhausted and unseen. We are desperate, depressed, separated from someone to love in us. The way we love, the way we created to be loved. We can depend on God to take care of every single need. He knows what we need before we speak. We take great care and delight in whipping our tears, speaking life and truth back in our souls, and calm before the storm, the range with his resting place. He is faithful to meet everyone in our needs with goodness. He does not leave us wanting. Rather, he fills us up with, or so we are overflow with his spirit and love, peace and love. He did not create a, he did not create in us. He need to be loved. To be loved, unloved. He loves us like no other ever can. Our needs for him exceed any other's need or want we may have. Lord, you are my calm resting place. The only, the only one, the only one that can satisfy my needs to be seen and loved. Thank you for faithfully meeting me needs, uh, meeting my needs, and for taking care of me. Do you feel weary and tired? Let the Lord carry you to still waters and rest in Him. Now let's go to our chapter, our Bible study, and let's do beware of bitterness, and let's go to Ephesians 4:26. And don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you're still angry. Psalms 4:4. Don't sin by letting anger control you. Think about it overnight and remain silent. James 1:19. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters, you must all be quiet to listen, to speak, and slow to anger. Oh, so sorry about that. Human anger does not produce the righteousness God desires. Letting go arrestment. Have you ever found yourself replaying past hurt over and over, unable to let them go? Bitterness is a silence that settles deep with us, often stems from anger. We allow to linger. It's a hard hardness that opposes resentment about past event. Instead of healing, we nurse our wounds, keeping them fresh in our minds. Bitterness arises when we refuse to deal with anger in its healthy biological way. We might think we forgive someone, but if bitterness remains, it's a sign that true forgiveness isn't taking place. The opposite Paul warns, or Apostle Paul warns us not to let the sun go down with our anger. This means should address our feelings properly, not allowing them to face or fester overnight. Unresolved anger gives the devil a foothold in our lives, opening the doors to a future sin and desperation. I need coffee. And uh, considering how bitterness affects your perception, it's colored everything you see about the person or situation. With anger, with your anger with even natural actions and view negatively because your heart has settled into hardness statement. There's no room for hope, re- reconciliation, or seeing any good in the other person. Bitterness doesn't just harm a relationship; it's poison your soul. Holding onto the past grieves and keeps you trapped. You might think you punish the other person by withholding forgiveness, but you're inspiring yourself bitterness. It's like drinking poison and accepting the other person to suffer. It hinders your spiritual growth, steals your joy, and disrupts your relationship with God. In our previous devotional, we explored how bitterness is often unrecognized towards God, or unrecognizing anger towards God and steam from unmet expectations. Now let focus on your important to release this restatement. Recognize that by naturing bitterness, you're allowing past hurt to control your present and degrade your future. Today, make considered decisions to let go of bitterness you've been harboring being by acknowledging your feelings honestly before God. Ask Him to help you forgiveness those who have wronged you, just as He has forgiven you. This doesn't mean that's your excuses the wrongdoing. Rather, your choose to release and hold into it or hold on. Hold it as you are. As you take this step, you find that your heart begins to soften. Your heart to see people, situations through a lens of compassion rather than anger. This transformation won't be involved Your relationship will be wrong peace to your soul and draw you closer to God. Don't let bitterness rub you of the assorbate life. God has plans for you. Embrace forgiving and allowing healing to begin. Trust that God can redeem any situation and use it for you, for your good and His glory. Let today be the day you break free from the chains of bitterness and step into the freedom of grace. Now let's go to, that's it for that. I do want to talk about my story about how how I'm alive. Um, it started actually when I was a baby, and um, I'm hearing stories and stories after another. Um, that's all I remember. Uh, but here's one of the stories that I remember is my mom and my dad said that I was in cardiac arrest. They said this giant dude was just pump like uh, supporting me, pumping the gas mask, whatever, and he was doing that all night long. The very next day, or sorry, there was a kid that right next to my room passed away. But the very next day, no doctors, no nurses didn't know who he was, but we all knew, or my parents knew who he was. It was Jesus Christ. That that story. I'm a miracle child. Or I'm a miracle man. Let's say that. Um, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for the doctors or Dr. Allen. It's like how that recent surgery that I had. Um, if you haven't heard, go back to the stories that I told y'all. But I just can't believe today's my birthday. I'm 27 years old. How crazy is that? That's really crazy. And that's why and now I'm doing scorekeeping. Like, that's, that's one of the miracle things I ever can do. Um, so just continue with your prayers with me. Um, and I will see y'all tomorrow. So, peace out. Go Tigers. Oh, by the way, the LSU Tigers won last night, and they're going to Omaha. And so did the Oklahoma City Thunder. See you guys.